Luna, should we go get some breakfast? Are you ready? Come on. Hi, welcome back. It is Tuesday. It's my day off, hence I look a bit, I don't know, dishevelled. Let's just say. I was kind of going to straighten my hair and put makeup on, and maybe I should have, but I just thought, you know, this is me. This is the reality of how I look on my day off. So, as you might have seen, I had a nice sort of gentle start to the day, cuddles with the dog, some lovely porridge for breakfast, a little bit of housework, not very much, and then it's afternoon. So, I was going to record about 2 hours ago, but my battery was dead. So I've just been in here in my sewing room and making a start on my second Helen's Closet Jackson t-shirt jumper. So I've done the jumper. This is one of them. I shared this last week. It's cosy. As you might have seen, we've had a little bit of snow. The temperature's really dropped in the UK. Currently we've not had as much as other areas, and at the moment the forecast is reasonable for us, just very, very cold. But yeah, it's my second day off. Yesterday I was also off and I popped into the Metro Centre to meet up with Linda from Granny Linda Sewing on Instagram, and got a lovely surprise because Alan, her husband, was there, and I meet Alan when he drops Linda off and things, and I know they watch my vlog together, so here's a little picture of them both, and hello to you both, and they're just absolutely gorgeous. So nice little coffee and catch up with Linda. Didn't really do an awful lot at the Metro other than that, and yeah, I was thinking, do I sew yesterday or today? But I needed to do my accounts and my tax return, so it's but it's a must be done. So I got that done yesterday. I was over the moon when I went into it. I was done up to 8 or 9 months. I was like, yes. So I just had it to finish off. So yeah, I just thought I'd do a bit of sewing today, really. So this is the Alpine fleece from First Fabrics. I've shared it a few times. This colour is the denim, but it's out of stock now, but they do have other colours. As you can see, it's got that gorgeous fleecy inside, and I thought, well, I need to get cracked on with it, really, don't I? I redid my nails the other day, and the theme was definitely blue, because I've got this, my blue jacket, and hopefully I'm going to get cut out my Margot pinafore, which is in like a royal blue / purpley cord for next week. I'm not trying to coordinate my outfits. I just thought if I'm having a blue sewn fortnight, I might as well have blue nails to go along with it. So it's made. I've tried it on ready. I wanted to share with you this cuffing or ribbing that I got. So I wanted something that looked a little bit more distinctive. I think I mentioned this last week. And obviously there's loads of different companies, Poppy and things, that do the cuffs and ribs on a roll. But I want it around it's high-waisted that I've done it, the waist, the cuffs and the necks. Anyway, I found this on a company called Woolbox. I'll try and remember and drop it in the description. Excuse me. It is single layer, not double layer. So I've not worked with this before, but I got 2 different colourways in it. This was the first one that I ordered, which I think will look really, really nice with this as the cuff all around the neck. But I thought this one was grey, and when it came it wasn't, and I opened the packet and I was like, oh my word, I love that, and that is gonna look stunning with this. So obviously it's not sewn on yet, but feast your eyes on this. Now I hope it comes out on camera because it's got a lovely little bit of sparkle in it, and I think that will just look fabulous. So this is the one that I think I'm going to use. I was kind of, do I use this on my jacket or do I use it on this? And I thought, you know what, I'm probably going to chuck this. Like this one, I've had it on, I think I had it on when I recorded the other day. It's just when you want cosy comfy, and I thought I'm probably going to wear this a lot. I will wear my jacket, but it'll be on and off. You know, you're on it. Your jacket's on and off, isn't it, rather than on all the time. And I just love this. So I've not sewn with this single layer before. There is a right and a wrong side to it, but what I'm assuming is that obviously rather than doubling it over, I would normally overlock it and then turn it through, but I'm just going to machine stitch it up there and make a seam, and if I need to I could just maybe top stitch along there to flatten that down. Just need to make sure that that outer edge sits nicely. So I'm going to give it a whirl. Obviously on the neck, I'm kind of thinking to maybe, I'll put the pattern piece on, but I'm guessing probably, sorry, I was on the wrong side, about here on the neck. And obviously I'm going to have to be careful to keep that straight line. So I will spend a bit more time, and I'm thinking I'll baste the neck on the machine and do, rather than just go in an overlock. But I think that's going to look fab. So I'm at the stage now where I need to get the pattern pieces out and get this cut. I've got a few of them. I did measure the waist and to see, to make sure I had enough. I got 3, but here's the thing, they were like £2 something. I was like, hello, I'll have a bit of that. So I got 3 of this one, which will come in for something else. This was the one I thought I was going to use, and it's lovely, but I don't know. I think there's a eyelash or something on there. This one's just lovely on an extra level. And now you're all going to put in the comments, use the white one or something, but it's one of those things where it wasn't so pricey that I need to feel like I need to keep it for something special. I just think, whack it in and use it, Alison. So I thought I'd tell you what I've been up to. So I've been listening to Audible, bear with me, because during the night, as I tell you quite often, I don't sleep very well. So if I start watching stuff on YouTube, obviously it doesn't really encourage me to go to sleep. And a while ago I started listening to books on Audible, and I'd sort of fallen out of the habit of it. I used it a lot on holiday and loved it, but I've gone back into that. So hence I've got my headphone in because I'm listening to one today. I'm just trying to find a picture of the one I've been using. So see if this will come over. So I've listened to this one and enjoyed it. It's about 11 hours, and I just stop and start it, and I kind of get to, I don't know, chapter 24 and think, oh, I've missed a chunk there, and I try and go back to where I was. But if I wake up during the night, just putting that on, I think is helping me sleep a little bit better again. So I don't know why I'd stopped doing it. So I get like, obviously you pay for it, you get a credit each month. So I'm now on to the follow-up one, which is More Confessions. So if you like that kind of, like, most people watch Bridget Jones the movie, and I know it was a long time since Helen Fielding released the book, but if you liked how that book was written, because I loved the book, I thought the book was funnier than the movie. In fact, I might listen to that again at some point. You probably like this style. So it's a bit chick lit, not raunchy, it's just like funny little like story of somebody's life, but it is, yeah, it's made me chuckle at times. It's written by Alexandra Potter, and it's narrated by Sally, can't remember her name, 2 seconds, see if I can. But I just thought I'd share what I'm doing. I'm trying to pause it so I can talk to you because it's in my ear, and I'm like, oh, I've dropped it and it's making a noise and moving, so I'm going to put that out of the way. So yeah, so I'm hoping to definitely get this finished this afternoon and maybe get a bit of overlock and done on my jacket. I have read the Vinney pattern, and I have got it ready because I've not put the pockets and things on it, so I've jumped forward quite a few steps, but the construction of it's pretty normal, kind of here, down the sides and things. But then when it gets to, it's maybe on the other bit there, I've separated them all out. When it gets to where the zip goes in, there's a pattern piece that comes along like this and down at the front, and there's a notch on that piece. So that's where the notches is where the zip ends, and up to here. So if you remember a while ago, I ordered a zip, but then I've shortened it. So I think what I'm going to do is try and get it, well, I could measure that now, but get it to a point where it's sort of basics of it's constructed, and then measure that bit and see if I can get that sort of, it's that zip that needs to open, obviously, with being a jacket. Maybe see if I can get a zip that would go with that. Otherwise I might put buttons or poppers or something on. But I'm looking forward to kind of diving into that because I feel like I've procrastinated on it for long enough. So that's going to be one of my things this year. I said it was going to be last year. I'm going to try to stop procrastinating on stuff, and then I can get on with Margot, which is going to be my next thing that I'll probably procrastinate over. But hey ho, that's me. So I will also share with you 2 patterns that I've just recently got. So I'd seen this pattern from Style Arc. It's called the Norman jumpsuit, but the pictures of it, I was kind of like, yeah, it's all right. But then Caroline, who goes to Sawtoon on a Wednesday and a Sunday, she had this on at the last Sunday Sawtoon, and I was like, love it. I think I might have mentioned this before. The fabric she'd picked was off Pound Fabrics. It was lovely. I was going to get some, but I'm not on a fabric ban, but I'm trying to do no spend January. I'm not going to make any comment about that. I'm doing better than I thought I would. No spend might be a bit of an exaggeration, but I just loved how it looked. So this is the picture and the line drawings of it anyway. So this is the picture. So it doesn't really kind of win you over. And I didn't think to take a picture on the day, but as you can see on the line drawing on the back of it, you've got this elastic just here, which brings the waist in. So it's basically like a loose fitting jumpsuit, but I think it'd be really nice to wear sort of around the house with a jumper or a sweatshirt or something over the top. But also I think on holiday it would be a great little pull on as well, like in a lighter weight fabric. So I've got the pattern from that. I know I mentioned about, I think this was the one I pulled out when I mentioned the tissue paper ones from Flamingo Prints. I will put a link to them in the description box. So this is the tissue paper, so it's much thinner. So I've got that one. When it comes, the AO one does come with the instructions like printed onto it, but I couldn't deal with the rustle of all that every time I wanted to look at it, so I just printed off on A4. And then the other one that I got, I'll need to drop a picture in of this, is the Sew Over It Cassie dress. I have got a plan. I do know what fabric I'm going to make this in. I think it's going to be in my February plans. But I'd seen this, I don't know if this was out last year or the year before. So as you'll see from the picture, it's I think it's a raglan sleeve, but with a shirred front, and I think also a shirred back. I need to have a look at it a little bit more. I need to print off the instructions. But I was going to donate the fabric to the one of the swaps tables at one of the Sewn Socials. But I thought, well, I quite like the fabric and it's very timely because it's cold. So I've ordered this. I do get patterns for free with being a pattern insider, and I just pay for the printing. So I paid for this to be printed. This has just literally arrived. But it's the difference between that's 2 sheets and that's 2 sheets. So in terms of how much room that's going to take up, you can see the difference with the tissue paper. So I do need to move over to that. So yeah, that's where I'm at today. It's now 2:25, so I've just had some lunch. I'm gonna thread the sewing machine, get my faff geared up, and get these cut out and get ready to put this on. So I will check back in with you later and let's see how that's gone. So little update, I've sewn together all of the cuffs and things, so they've all gone together nicely. I've just stitched them down with some Mariflex thread. I just used grey and it looks fine. And then all I've done is put just a little sort of stitch, almost like a basting stitch there. So on the hem edge, it's nice and neat where it's going around the wrist. So I've done that with the wrist, the waist and everything, but I've got the neckband in. I just need to top stitch it next. But I'm really pleased with how that looks. Obviously trying to keep that straight line around. I maybe could have put it in like a little bit, I don't know whether I needed to take it in less. This is where I start over analysing, but it's lying nice and flat and I think it looks really nice, so I don't really want to faff around with it. I think it's okay. So I'm going to turn the camera off. I'm going to crack on with a cup of coffee because I've just made that, and I'm going to probably do the wrists, the cuffs next, and get the waistband on, and then that'll be that finished. So hopefully next time I check in I'll be all done. So see you shortly. So it's finished. I'm really pleased with it. I've not used that type of cuffing before, but I'm really pleased with how it's gone together. So I'll drop some pictures in. As I say, I'm not overly glammed up or anything, but you know, keeping it real. So this is it. I'll have top stitched the neckband in now, so you'll be able to see that I've done it quite close to the actual band. Cuffs are on, so that's the seam there. You can barely sort of see it. I feel like I've matched them in really well. Yeah, I just think it's going to be so snug and warm. And then obviously you've got the the bottom band as well. So this is quite cropped, as you'll see on the pictures. I've just popped it on with my navy linen Sadie skirt, which I think it'll look really nice with. And I've also got a couple of dresses that I think this will go over the top of as well. So I feel like I'm going to get quite a lot of use out of it, and I think it looks quite fresh, and I don't know, yeah, I'm really pleased with it. So I'm going to rethread the overlocker, which will take seconds because it's an air thread, and put some royal blue threads into there and have a go at the jacket. So it's, what time is it? Why am I doing that? I don't know. 6:10. And I've gone as far as I can with the jacket right now. I'll slip it on and show you it. It will be a little bit noisy. It's that quilted sort of thing. So I have popped the sleeves in. I'm trying to put it on with the coat hanger and stuff. So obviously I've put the sleeves in. The pattern doesn't say to go as far as this, but I wanted to get them in. They are sort of pleated here. Now I've put cuffing on rather than the padded fabric, and then I was thinking they seem quite loose. I mean, they're not massively loose, but I have realised that you're supposed to sort of put the cuff on and put elastic in, but actually I'm going to leave it as this for now. If I do decide I want to bring this in a bit, I can always open up that seam and thread some elastic through and close it off again, but I'm going to leave it as is for now. At the moment I'm quite pleased with how the pattern matching is on it. So from a zip point of view, this is kind of the stage that I've got to get done next. So on this here, you've got this piece that comes down and you've got these notches here, and for the zip it's the measurement from that notch to here plus 1 centimetre. Sorry, it's gone a bit dark and light with me moving around. Now I've gone back to the place on eBay that I got the previous zip from when I was ages ago, when I was looking at it before I cropped it and dropped a size, and they only had a this was 52 centimetres and they only had 50 or 55 centimetres, so 55 is too long. But actually, because of where it's coming to on my waist, which is here, I think I can afford to take 2 centimetres off, because obviously it's got the cuff band on and I wanted it sort of a crop jacket. So what I'm going to do probably tomorrow, because I'm getting a bit tired now, is actually, I don't think I will do it till the zip comes and I put the zip on. I was going to say take 2 centimetres off this sort of tab and the back of the jacket, but I think I will wait until that zip comes, probably sew the zip in, make sure it's right, and then do the alterations for it. I mean, this was just like putting a top together, to be honest. It's no different. It's quite hard on the pattern to work out the pleating, where the markers were for the different sizes for the pleating, so I've kind of gone with it and made sure that they're the same. It is quite noisy, but it's just that sort of fabric, it's waterproof. But so far I'm quite happy with it. From a fit point of view, I'm pleased I dropped a size, because, you know, I've got a sweatshirt on and it's a nice fit. If I'd gone any smaller it would have been too small. If I'd stayed with the bigger size it would have felt too big. The sleeves are quite sort of that sort of gathered sort of size, and the perfect for my arms. It's fitting me nicely here, wherever the sleeve is. I can't work it out. Anyway, I'm really pleased with it. So that'll be it for this jacket this week. So I think maybe over the next couple of nights I'm just going to cut out the pattern for my Margot pinafore and maybe get the fabric cut out on that and start maybe sewing that over the weekend. So I'm going to sign off for now on Friday sews. I feel like I've had a lovely sort of sewing day. I've been in here, I don't know, about 5 or 6 hours off and on, with a break for lunch. Just been quite leisurely today. So I'm going to head downstairs. We're going to have sausage mash and have a roasted veg. I'm going to put some dinner on and have a lovely chill evening. So I will say goodbye, enjoy your sewing, let me know what you're making and what you're up to as always in the comments, and I will catch up with you next week for Friday sews. Bye for now.